So now we're going to look at the euro dollar, because the euro is, again, as you can see here on the chart, the weakest thus far. And it has been basically in a serious bear market. Let me remove some of the unnecessary lines. And this high over here, this is what 133.34. Okay, so this is the number 133.34. This is our structure point, and we did break below it, and we sold off from that structure point, the 133.34. This goes way back in many years back, and now when we broke below it, we actually sold off. And the next structure over here is the 131.46. This is 131.46. This is our structure point. So we now close the week at 132.37. We should come down and test this low. There is nothing here on the left hand side to indicate that there is some sort of support or there is a place for it to hold. So any pullback or any pushback in the euro dollar should be a sign of weakness. One second, Atul, I'll answer that one. So in this case, we are looking at selling the euro, and as you can see here, we had a very nice downward trend, and we pulled back, and we're setting right here. That was the daily low that was set on. This was the daily low that was set on Friday, which is the 132 even. So we're still technically looking for a further push to the downside. And as you can see on this chart, there is no technical reason for us to begin to buy or to consider buying the euro unless it gets above this point over here, which is the 132.99. So I'm looking at the 133. This is not a structure point. It's an intraday structure point, so I'm going to give it a green line so that you know that this is a buying point. This is, even though it is technically on the short term a structure point, but it is in the bigger time frame it is not. So I'm only going to buy it above 132.97. On the short side, I want to short it below when it takes out this low. This is the low of the day. So I'm going to short it when it takes out the low of the day. And the low of the day, so I'm going to take that from the daily chart. So the low of the day is 132.13. We closed the week at 132.37, so we're only 20 pips from the low. so I'm going to short it below 132. And if I do my structure, short point is, let me get it from the daily chart, which is 131.46. My structure short point is 131. And I want you to see something. We have already traveled 800 pips from the previous structure point. 800 pips. $8,000 per contract. And that's at 138. There's another one, 135. It just moved a little bit. Again, this is normal, but that's what you're looking for, taking those 800 pips. Now on the short side, if I go short right here, if I go short here below this point, I'll put my stop right above the market side. I don't want it to come above the market side, which is 132. 132.51. So this means I'm risking about 40 pips from here to here. I'm risking about 40 pips on that trade. That's on the short side. On the long side, I'm only going to take it above 132.97, and my structure point to the upside is the 133.34. And if I buy it above 132.97, I don't want it to come back below 132.97, so I'm going to leave a very tight stop on that. I'm going to use the same entry, so I'm going to use a very tight stop. So this is the euro dollar. I'm going to buy the euro dollar above just 1 second, my computer is doing something, I don't know what. I'm going to buy the euro dollar above 132.97, and if I do, I have a structure point at 133.34, and if I do buy it, I'm going to leave my stop right at below it. I don't want to give it too much room. On the short side, I'm going to go short below the low of the day is 132.13. My structure short point to the downside is 131.46, so it's about 100 pips to the downside, and if I do, my stop is 132.51, which is above the market side. Okay, this is the euro dollar. I'm saving it, and while